Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It's Friday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It's 20 Zulu on October 7th, 2022, and welcome to the weekend special. This is a show that you never know what's going to happen. We might have guests, we might do an antenna project, we might do a radio project, but today we've got a very special guest. It's Javan, W8UA. Hello, Javan.
Hi, Tim. Thanks for having me on. It's great
It's
to see you here.
it's great to have you here, and we saw you at the DX Engineering Sale Day last Saturday. Did you buy anything, Javan?
No, unfortunately, I didn't. I didn't take much money with me last Saturday to go to the show, but it was great to meet you, Tim, there, and many of the other DX Engineering staff and a few other hams that I've been wanting to talk to for a while. So it was great to go to the show last Saturday.
So, Javan, you haven't been licensed a long time, but your story is pretty phenomenal. What got you started in amateur radio?
Yeah, so I started in amateur radio, I guess coming up on 4 years now. A couple of family members had been licensed and decided that it would be interesting to get into as well to join the hobbies. So got my license back in, I guess, December of 2019, or 2018 rather, and upgraded to the general test and then later extra in 2019. Um, Enjoyed getting on some of the HF bands at Field Day in 2019. So that's really when I got into the whole world of HF and some of the operating modes and activities on HF. Then in the summer of 2019, set up a station, started learning Morse code. Really ran with that for a while. Had a lot of fun doing that, especially during COVID, during lockdown and everything. Enjoyed practicing and working with Morse code for quite a while there, and have really just been having a lot of fun on ham radio ever
So,
since then. So
I got to ask, the FCC dropped the code requirement to get a license a long time ago, and what was the fascination? What was the attraction to learn CW? And not only learn it, I mean, you're a high speed guy.
yeah, that's what everyone asks me. What really is the motivation to get started in Morse code? And I really don't exactly know. It was something about it where it's something really almost entirely specific to amateur radio operators to have that skill, and it's something it's not widely known at all, or widely uh, practiced, I guess. Very few people are proficient in it, so that was kind of a motivation to get started. And once I started, I joined various organizations and groups on the air that had roundtables at high speeds, and that's really what motivated me to keep going and just have a lot of fun at it, because it's really a lot of fun, and it's great to be able to do something that not many people can do, and just really great activities. So
So, I mean, have you told some of your friends who are not amateur radio operators that you know the Morse code?
I haven't really, no. Very few people, because most think it's just something really weird that Morse code. That was something back in the 1800s, which really is mostly true, but it's still a very a very niche activity that a few people enjoy doing. So
Now, have you met some other young hams that also know CW, and have you talked to them on the air?
yeah, I've met a few. I'm trying to think of many others that I've talked to on the air. A couple come to mind of other young hams, but I don't think I've really made contacts with any on the air. But definitely a few others out there that are also into it as well. So
Yes, there are. And so, do you operate the CWTs, which is the CW Ops uh, events?
yeah, I haven't in quite a while, based on my schedule with work and school, have kind of prohibited me from doing that. But I've done quite a few CWTs. They're really a lot of fun, and I started doing some SO2R a little bit with those, but never really went too far with that, just because my current antenna setup didn't really allow me to have distant antennas to get that all set up. But definitely a lot of fun in those. And talking about CW ops, I'm a member of the CW ops organization, which for those who don't know, it's a great CW organization. So one of the selling points of it is that they do CW classes, and I was fortunate last spring to co-teach, co-advise a youth CW class that they do. I think it's 3 times a year. So not a whole lot of youth that are taking that class, but it was a great opportunity to be a part of that and try to help the next generation of young hams learn about Morse code and start to become proficient in it. So
Yeah, well, it is certainly my favorite mode. I like to say it's my first language. So, and I learned it at the same time that you got licensed, and now you're in college. So tell us all about that.
yeah, so this is my first year. I am going to the University of Akron, which is just about a 30-minute drive from here, and it's also about maybe a 15-minute drive from DX Engineering. So I need to stop by there more often. But anyways, it's my first year in the computer science major that I selected. So I chose that. I started an internship last summer at a local IT consulting company, and that's really when I discovered really what I wanted to do with my career. So decided to go for computer science. A little bit different than the current work that I'm doing in IT consulting, but it's definitely exciting to get into some of the software development stuff. Now I'm taking a class right now, um, computer science 1, learning C++. So that's fun. Plus some other classes that might be useful to my career. So, but yeah, first year at University of Akron, and it's been the first couple of weeks have been going great so far.
So far, so good. So how has amateur radio influenced maybe your major decision or other things in your life? What has amateur radio done for you?
Yeah, so I feel like it definitely helped me learn, how to communicate with people. I grew up, I was homeschooled for the first, 15, 16 years of my life. And so I didn't have as many opportunities to work with people and, communicate with people. And so I feel like ham radio really was a great opportunity for me to, to learn to, not only talk with people on the radio, but become involved with projects, with local clubs and different organizations, where I was working with other people, and it was really great. So in that way, I feel like it definitely helped me to get helped me to get my first job. Definitely helped me become more proficient, and also join different organizations and stuff. So I feel like it definitely has helped me out, and also in the technical side of things, making me more interested in certain technologies. It's really been amazing. So
Yeah, no, that it's going to help you in ways that you haven't even imagined yet. But it's great to hear that amateur radio is still a big part of your life, and concentrating on school, obviously, and family is number one. But tell us about your scholarship. Tell us about the ham radio scholarship that you got.
yeah, so I was very fortunate to receive one of the ARDC scholarships through the ARRL Foundation. And I'm sure Tim can more speak to this, but there's a large number of scholarships that the ARRL Foundation gives to young amateurs who are looking to, I guess, further their education in college. So, I'm not exactly sure how many scholarships there are, but there is a ton of different scholarships ranging from, $500 scholarships up to $25,000 scholarships, that the ARDC donates the money and grants to these students. So I was fortunate to receive one of the ARDC grants, the scholarships for the $25,000 one, and it has immensely helped me out in my college career, and I really thank them for that. So it's been great, the opportunities from not only ARDC, but the ARRL Foundation, how all that works together.
No,
So.
that's super, and it's great to hear that kind of story. There are lots of young kids and even some older kids that have gotten the scholarships and done quite well with that. So that is just super. And Javan, I look at your call sign W8UA, and I think about my friend Mike Sosha, who was W8UA before you. And unfortunately, Mike is a silent key now, but he was also a member of the Mad River Radio Club. And I know that's one of the contest organizations that you're affiliated with. And so let's see who we have here in the chat room, Javan. We've got, I guess there's a soda going on. And Summit's on the air out in Arizona with Dan, KC7, Mike Sierra United, and then our friend Mark Haynes. This is M0DXR. He's in London, England. And Javan, you will clearly go far. If you want a job in software engineering, look me up. Keep up with the CW, the best mode in the best hobby in the world. And Mark has been an operator here at K3LR several times, and he is a fabulous CW operator. And so one of these days, I hope you get to meet Mark in person.
Yeah,
and I think
sure.
that's going to happen. And then our friend Massimo, he's got his new call sign here, Javan. It's KF0 November Zulu Yankee, which is Fonzie.
Nice.
And Massimo is he's a bodybuilder, but he's also a pilot. And I think he's working today. I think he's flying. He flies commercial airlines. So and I got to have dinner with Massimo last night. So really great guy, and I hope you get to meet him as well. So what do you have any other hobbies, Javan? Do you do anything else besides go to school and ham radio and go to work?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, Tim. Other hobbies. I feel like a lot of my hobbies are ham radio adjacent, and I guess technology oriented. Also, a lot are kind of related to work as well. When I get home from work, I like playing around with different technologies. For instance, setting up just some different projects, or setting up a file server, just different stuff like that, where playing around with different technologies has really been a lot of fun. Other hobbies, entirely different. I have done a lot of running over the years, so I've been enjoying doing a little bit of that. Some different outdoor stuff as well, but really most of the stuff I've done has been technology oriented and really been guided by amateur radio.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. And we've got Daniels on, WA4 Mike Oscar Mike, and says hello and good afternoon, Tim and Javan. Put together my center insulators for my new antennas today. I feel like I could be a plumber working with the PVC parts. And Dan is down in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. And then our friend Andrew is on from Australia. And so it's already Saturday morning. The sun is coming up over there just now. And so good morning, Javan and Tim. At 43 years old, good to see a ham younger than me. So
that's a young ham out there.
Yeah, so he's got his fish there, which is his other hobby. And of course, he's got Victor Kilo 4 Alpha as his contest call. And from South Carolina, it's November Juliet 4 Zulu. And Robert Simpson says, big greetings to you guys. Ham radio has helped me both professionally and personally. My better understanding of electronics has helped me to repair servo drives and CNC machines. Personally, my confidence has improved so much. There are far more pros than cons to our hobby. It's just great. And that's from Mike 0 Kilo Papa Delta Stroke Mobile. And do you see the van there, Javan?
Yeah, that's quite impressive. I hope someday to outfit my car like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. When you talk to Rob on the air, his signal is stronger than a lot of fixed stations. He's got a really super mobile setup. It looks like a spaceship inside the van. So really great to have Rob on here with us. Also in the London, England area as well. So as you progress, and what kind of a job are you thinking? And of course, it might change. What kind of a job do you think you might get when you're done?
Yeah, so I'm really not sure where this will take me. So currently, as I mentioned earlier, I've been working at an IT consulting company for the past, well, I guess coming up on probably around 15 months now. And it ranges anywhere from, um, hardware repair. Someone's having an issue with this device, replace this component for a different, or anything from, this email issue to something going wrong on a server. What can you do to resolve it? So I really love that kind of job because, well, first of all, I love working with people and answering calls and resolving people's issues, and so that's one of the things I love doing. And then also, getting to play around with all these different technologies and learning about them and seeing how you can best understand them. So that's really what I'm enjoying doing right now. I'm not sure where some of the skills I might learn with my degree program and some of the areas I might go into with software development. I might play around with that a little bit as well. So my job might take me there as well. Um, but aside from that, I'm really not sure where it's going to take me yet. So it's going to be exciting to see.
It is going to be exciting, and we'll check up on you and have you back on the show again, and maybe some interviews. You never know where this will, and certainly would love to have you here at K3LR for a contest and put you in front of some of these antennas and have some fun. Rich is also on with us, Whiskey 9 Lima Radio Mike. Hello to you, Rich, and thanks so much to you and the rest of the audience for watching today. Javan, thanks so much for coming on and telling us your story. And we are going to keep track of you and see how things go. And we wish you the very best of luck.
Well, thank you very much, Tim. Thanks for having me, and it was a pleasure talking with you.
All righty. And we hope everybody gets on the air this weekend. There are lots of great state QSO parties, lots of activities going on. Go to contestcalendar.com for all the details. But, it's starting to get a little colder in the U.S. It's time to get on the air and have some fun with the best hobby in the world. Until next Tuesday, 73 from W8UA and DX Engineering.